What?
Psychoactive episode 10 is coming up soon, and to be honest, the podcast needs a lot of improvement.
Dude, come on. Sure, we've had a few difficulties with the audio.
Yeah.
Nobody watches.
Right.
Not even our friends and family.
Nope.
We only get spam comments.
Mm-hmm.
We only have 8 subscribers.
Right.
3 of which are us.
Shit.
We just gotta do a few things every day to improve, alright? We gotta wake up at 6 a.m. We gotta work all day. We gotta practice all day. We have to write and record podcasts. We have to eat healthier. We have to stay active. Oh, and we need to stop sitting on our asses watching Hulu and eating sunflower seeds.
You know, the way I want to live my life is through the lens of the fact that, like, and we've talked about this before, just like the fact that this is all just normal to us, but all of this, everything around us is just so amazing compared to what the universe is and how it was billions of years ago, you know? Like, it just boggles my mind that we can just sit here and have a normal conversation like, yep, what's going on? Like, yeah, you look at something up on the computer without being like, holy shit, like, billions of years ago, this was just like a dead rock with nothing on it. And we've gotten to this point where like we've got fucking guitars and drums we can play together and make sick sound. We got fucking screens and TVs, and us ourselves are just fucking like so complex and intelligent.
Right.
We got so much going on. So many things living with us, within us, you know?
You're just feeling really introspective on like the universe and like ourselves in the universe.
I just always am.
I know you are.
That's how, because like I want us to, like, I want a more of like a world centric, the world to have more of like that sort of centered lens in everything we do, because people get so caught up in you know, the little things or the things like the made up arbitrary things that we follow. Not that like things like politics or like, you know, economics are like completely arbitrary or useless, but in the grand scheme, like when you see through the lens of you know, throughout history where we came from, like I feel like it's more important to ask the question of like, what are we doing here? Because like the universe is sort of like meaningless, but it's all, at the same time it's not, you know? What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, ever since I took psychedelics, it just made me feel like you know how you just have epiphanies and like you just understand things.
Right.
It's for me, it's just like, I just want people to stop being nasty to each other, because I feel like we're all just on one thing, really, on one massive journey, but we're all like on the same rock. So we're all like really in the same
But we
journey.
separate ourselves.
Right. For some reason. I don't know why. But like in the grand scheme of things, we're all on the same journey.
Right.
Going along in space.
Well, that's why I like thinking of like this life. It's kind of like a Buddhist lens of like the world. It's like we're all here. You know, life is just like a constant cycle of suffering, and like we're all gonna die one day. So like you can do whatever you want. Like you can be the biggest piece of shit, and that's like fine. You know, there's no rules. Like do that, or you could be like great. Like you're like we're still. I feel like we're still learning the same lessons as humans in these bodies, no matter what we do. You know, like life always has the thing it's trying to teach us, whether or not that's like, you know, an actual intelligent. I'm not saying it's like an actual intelligent, you know, transcendence or whatever, but just in the sense of like how you grow, and the older you get, the wiser you get. You're constantly like accruing like wisdom from like lessons. So like, it's funny to me when
I feel like everything we do is like kind of like that. Like
right. Like you can like once you start to look through the lens of that, like really anything could be a lesson. But let me just finish my previous thought. How people love to we just like crave drama. So like right now, like politics is just like the culture war. Like, oh dude, it's so great for people who love drama, who just like want to fucking I just hate the other side. Oh my God.
There's always another side.
But it's a game, you know? Like we're all gonna die one day. It's all gonna be over. Mm-hmm. Like none of this means anything. Like it's a game. We're not really like here. Like we are, but we aren't.
Mm-hmm.
So like the fact that people want to spend their lives just like letting this hate fester just because it's like, oh, it's so fun. We just love the drama of being like, oh man, like Donald Trump, like, oh, like, what a piece of shit. Or like, oh my God, like Elizabeth Warren, what a fucking idiot. Or like whatever, whoever you like, whatever side you're on.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can see it for what it is, a game, and that's all anything is, like conflicts or, you know,
just life, dude.
Life itself is just like a game we're playing. You don't have to hate anybody. Like hating someone's a choice. It's because you enjoy it. That's why you do it, you know? Like loving someone is a choice. Like being embarrassed, like every emotion pretty much is just like a choice. And it doesn't feel like a choice when you're like just going through the motions and it's just happening to you. But like once you kind of like lock into it and you're like, oh, you know.
You know what's weird to me? People experience emotions differently.
Yeah, dude.
So it's like, I don't know. I hate.
In what sense? Elaborate on that.
You can't, like other people get sad at different things.
Right. Yeah.
And like, I don't know. It's hard to like write a movie. I say, for instance, instead not be like overly generic and like pandering and like what every like love sappy movie has done in like the history of time.
Uh-huh.
But it's another thing to be like take it a completely different way and like I don't know, make your own story from it.
Right.
You know? I'm trying to think of like an example.
Right. Well, it is interesting. Like there definitely are.
But like we I don't know, to like finish my thought. Like we have these ideas of like what is like cheesy and what's not. Like,
but different things are cheesy to different people. Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
Which is weird to me because I feel like I just get an impression about something and like that's just what it is. But, you know, it's not.
Right. Yeah. I think all the time, like, how could you make a movie or a show, or like when you make a movie or a show, you're making it through your lens, but that's not how people see it. No. Like going back to like what you said, like how people perceive things differently. So anything you say is like could completely be seen like completely 180 flipped when it enters someone else's mind and hits all of their experiences. And like that's like with emotions or just like opinions, perceptions of like the world. So like when you make like a movie, like I have this like issue where like I watch stuff and I'm like looking for like the agenda, you know, like the left leaning or like the right leaning or like the, you know, whatever. Even though like that's just that's like, so like I like watch with that lens and I shouldn't. I should watch through the lens of this is just the universe in which everything that's occurring in the show is happening. But like, yeah, I forgot what I was going to say, but just, I don't know. I lost my train of thought, but that's a good point.
But like, it's like having a laugh box in your show. It's just like it's like, here, feel this emotion, laugh at this. I mean, should there be like, there's people that like gasp, right? There's just, for every emotion you could possibly feel, let's have a crowd of people just do it so you know, oh, that's how I'm supposed to do it.
Yeah, like
I mean, I feel like
when they had shit filmed in front of live studio audience,
right?
Talking about, yeah.
And it's like, well, even like when they just add the laugh box in, it's like,
right, yeah.
I want to feel my own emotions. I can think this isn't funny, but you think it's hysterical.
Right. That's what sucks about shows with laugh tracks. Like some are fine because they're like good shows, but you know, Big Bang Theory is the one that people like to criticize. But like a lot of shows like have laugh tracks. If you take them out, it doesn't seem funny. It's like,
it's all right, this
cringy. Part, right, this part, all right, this part is funny. Like, haha, all right, that was supposed to be all right, that was the joke, I get it. But it's like, I want to watch something that seems like real life, not like a sitcom, like, ha ha ha, and they're standing there for the waiting for the laugh to be over, like, fuck that.
I do hate that shit. I also hate like movie theaters and like the
What's wrong with
people
movie
going
theaters?
at just the people at movie theaters. Like, have you ever been to a movie theater where like at the end everyone just
Claps.
just
I always
like,
hear that. I've never have.
It's like,
maybe I don't go to good enough movies, but
no, it's just like, dude, we're all here. We all just watch the same thing. Like,
yeah, who claps for me? I mean,
it's not like a live. If it was live, you can
right?
clap.
You clap. Yeah, you're
if
giving.
they're there performing.
Right. That is funny because I feel like clapping is like an amplification. It's giving your appreciation and your energy back to the energy that they just gave to you.
And if you're clapping in a movie theater, you're to no one. To a wall.
Exactly.
You're just applauding just to an empty room.
That's
and then everyone looks at you like, "What are you doing?" You know. At least that's what I do.
Kind of like when people clap when the airplane lands. But I've never been there, but I've heard it happens.
It does happen. just relief. Just like, oh, thank God
we made it.
Thank God we survived. Just because there are times, dude. I was on a plane before, and it just when you're way up there, anything can happen. You know, it's like fuck. So when it starts rumbling, and then you like go up, and then you just drop just a certain amount of feet.
I haven't had enough turbulence in my life. I want some more. Other than, well,
dude, you learn to accept death. I'm just telling you.
I just like get really I had a bunch of turbulence on like one of my most recent flights, and it just made me so nauseous.
Yeah,
I almost threw up. I would have if I wasn't on Dramamine, but. Yeah, I want some shit where I'm like, whoop, woo.
It's not fun.
It probably would. I'd probably just throw up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's frightening.
Statistically safer than driving, though. You know.
I don't care what they say.
It doesn't feel. I never like in a car. I'm like, oh, actually about to get in an accident.
Right. Which I mean, I've been there, so I've experienced it all.
Dude, soon we'll just have. Artificial intelligence driving us around.
I'm just surprised we don't have like bigger walls on the freeway. We just have these tiny fences.
Yeah, I always wonder.
Deer just leap over it, like, oh, what's going on?
What gets me is like those little ones they just like put when they're doing construction, like those concrete walls, Those slabs,
yeah.
Like, are those like nailed down or do they?
I think they just sit there.
They just sit there because like, what if you rammed one and then it just like rammed into the oncoming traffic and then.
I feel like they're heavy enough to take a car hitting them. Maybe.
You look funny. Your pop filter is like covering half your face. You ever see Tool Time? That's not what it's called. That's the show inside the show. Like, Home Improvement.
Say Home Improvement. Yeah.
Dude, you look like
the fence guy.
No, it's what is his name?
I don't know what his name is.
You got a computer though.
What do you want me to search? Home Improvement.
It's on the tip of my tongue. I feel like it starts with a W. Just search Home Improvement fence guy.
Fence guy. Richard Karn.
Richard, dude. It was Richard. No, wasn't his name.
What do you mean? That wasn't his name. Who's
in the show?
Oh,
Wilson. I don't need your help.
Is it Wilson?
Wilson.
Oh. Is that from that show?
Is it Wilson? No, that's from Castaway with Tom Hanks.
Oh, yeah. It is, isn't it? Oh, that's a good movie.
Wilson! I need your help with a problem. I need your help with a family problem. Wouldn't it be great if we just had like a neighbor who was always just standing there and we'd go outside and be like, hey, Larry, could you help me with my problems? Instead of just, bottle everything up and don't talk about it at all.
We can just knock on doors. Our neighbor's door. Hey, we're your neighbor. Can we talk about our personal issues?
Honestly, like we need something like that. Like obviously, we should be doing that for each other. It's hard because
humans. You mean?
Well, I'm talking about. As humans.
You mean specifically us?
As humans, but I was talking about specifically us. Like, but anybody like close together. Like family, friends. Like, we should take the time to like reach out to one another and like. Talk to each other if we need help, but it's like too easy, especially in like nowadays, to just like go through life like not talking about things that bother you, And I've definitely noticed that you know, like you can't do that shit forever. Like shit like bottles up and
You just
know,
feel bad.
You feel real bad, man. Like
I had learned that. And
yeah, dude, it's not good. So let's do that to each other. Like
we'll just have talk sessions.
have talks. Yeah,
You just want to have a little talk.
have a little talk. Get things off our mind.
I mean, it would be good. I'm
like,
just not good at it. I'm not good at verbalizing my emotions.
No, I know. I'm thinking about long term, dog. If
What, it would be good?
Yeah, just because it would help. Well, it'd help us, you know, become closer, but also like work together and like not get frustrated when we work together because we're not verbalizing what's making us frustrated. You know.
Right. I'm glad we've been practicing our set a lot.
Fuck yeah, dude.
We need to
three
keep doing
solid
that.
songs. We need to. I feel like next year we need to keep doing that. We've been really good about doing that, like at least like that every day.
Which we should do it just at least once every
Right,
day.
keep it fresh, and then we got like those, you know, 1 or 2 more songs to work on, and then get those arranged, and then start practicing those. And
Hey, do you want to arrange those like Sunday or Monday or something?
what's today? What's wrong with tomorrow?
I work
Oh, yeah,
and Saturday.
yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah, and then gotta just do some cold calls or like walk into some bars or whatever and be like, hey, got any spots open?
We're releasing an album.
Hey, we will be releasing an EP.
Yeah, that'd
we
be
will
cool.
record ourselves. Do we want to take the time to get them sounding good?
Well, we
like,
have that
like
now.
pay. Right, we'll be able to mix the drums
And we can record and mix on this.
actually better.
Oh,
I was saying
so good.
do we like, I don't know how expensive it would be, like get someone to somebody like to mix it for us, you know, and actually have it sound good instead of calling them demos, you know.
I mean, I'm going to mix them. I went to school for it.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not saying that wouldn't be fine, but it wouldn't be like, you know, you're not
I'm not
like
not in the band.
super experienced.
I'm not in the band.
I'm just saying you're not super
It's
experienced.
better to have someone not in the band mix you anyway.
That is true. Yeah. But I mean, I don't know how much that runs,
It's expensive.
but also, you know, maybe we could find, I mean, I don't know anybody, but if we just befriended someone between now and then, and
guy
they just
that can
decided to
mix.
help us. Yeah.
And do it for
Put an ad on Craigslist. Looking for friend.
Looking for friend.
Looking for friend. Mixing abilities, big plus.
Let's see, columbus.craigslist.com. Let's just see what's going on, you know?
There's no one like soliciting. There's no one putting up their
goes on
mixing
Craigslist?
abilities. I go on Craigslist all the time.
Do
It's
you?
great.
Is it .com? Because it's not loading. Is it .net?
You just have to say please to your computer.
It is .net. All right, where would it be? Services, probably? Creative?
It wouldn't be. No one's gonna be putting that kind of service on Craigslist. I feel like.
You don't know. Scott's Handy Solutions.
Scott's Handy Solutions.
They're all like movers or like
Depends on how you say it.
plumbers,
Right.
home gutters, handyman.
You'd do better with a Google search.
Uh-uh.
Should be like Columbus mixing, mastering.
Beginners making $1,500 to $4,800 per month.
Say what?
Get a timeshare.
I'm in the long run. Blah. I'm in the long line of work. Long, dude. I can't even speak. Wrong line of work. Okay.
Long line of work.
I'm into long line of work.
I mean, they don't really have to be in Columbus. 'Cause
You're
we'd
right.
be
They
able
do.
to
If
send
we
them.
just sent them to somebody,
Yeah.
they could
Apparently,
be
Guitar Center does it.
anywhere in the world. Listen,
And
Guitar
CMS?
Center.
No, it's not.
Listen,
It's not.
Guitar Center.
Columbus Recording
It's not what?
Studios. It's not like those examples aren't. They don't have mixing studios. It's just music. Chris Adams, music producer / piano guy. He's online right now.
We're at. What website are you on?
Columbus Recording Studios, mixing and mastering engineers.
Does it have a? Do you have to like
It's just, like,
contact him to get a
people, I
quote,
think.
or do they have
Yeah,
like
probably.
shit? Like, yeah, so if you don't have any money, first you're going to want to sell your plasma because it's going to be expensive.
He's a beat maker.
We'd also probably should shop around, you know, for someone experienced in
Chris
like this
Adams
kind of music.
Cannot recreate nor reproduce an existing track or song. I mean,
But at the same time, I mean,
we would have to record all of our songs and then just find some guy to mix it for us.
I mean, we've been recording them, you know. So I feel like that wouldn't be. I feel like we could just find someone that's like on the internet who maybe is. I mean, I don't know. I really have no idea what this runs yet.
It would be per song, probably. And mixing and mastering is 2 different jobs.
Right.
I could master them, honestly, because mastering is nothing. You throw on an exciter, throw on a limiter, and everything sounds fucking fluid and fresh. You just need to wait till the very end to do it.
Yeah, dude.
That's what I learned in school. You just need an exciter. And that to the master. It's so good. It makes it all sound like one cohesive unit.
Oh my god.
I always wondered what it was. I don't know what it is, but it's like if you were to put a filter on something and it makes everything look one way.
Right. You
And
mean
it
like
makes-
when you like listen to a finished song and it like
Yeah.
sounds? Yeah, I know.
Sounds different than listening to the tracks just there. Together,
Right. Yeah.
You know? That's why mastering's nice. Because you take it to the next level. Because you can easily tell the difference between an unmastered song and a mastered, piece. But it would definitely be like maybe $50 a song to mix them,
Well, that's not that bad.
I would guess.
Even if it was a little
Probably
more,
the
I
same
mean-
for mastering. Which is funny. 'Cause it's like nothing. Do you have any opinions on that? Would you want to mix them at all? Take a go at it? Take a crack?
No, because that's mixing is like putting a nail in my head.
Mixing kind of sucks.
It does suck. It's really terrible. Because like shit that I've produced, it's so fun making the song. It's fun listening to it. But then you're like, all right, let's get it all mixed. And then like I'm like, all right, get it good, get it down to a good level. And then like 15 minutes later, I'm like, fuck, it's wrong. So I'm gonna do it all. I'm gonna do it all over. Yeah, it sounds worse.
Don't you hate when it sounds
fucked
worse?
It up. Yeah,
It's
I'm like, it sounded like a finished song before, and then I tweaked it and all the
before I
parts.
did anything.
And then I can never like tell how quiet to make things. Like when you listen to a really well produced song, you're like, oh, this is fucking sick. Like the bass
It's,
is
like,
really
all-encompassing.
boomy, but then you got like those like tiny shit that like feels like they're out here and stuff. But then like you're mixing something, you're like, how quiet do I make this? Because I feel like it's too loud, but then like I turn it way down and I don't hear it, but
Right.
like I do. So I don't know. And I just like get in my head about shit. And so I'm like, well, it needs to be a little louder. But then like when that needs a little bit louder, then that one needs a little bit louder. And then everything's all the way up. And I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
Where'd my headroom go?
It disappears, it
Just
vanishes.
bit by bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not
I like it because
Not the
I
dream.
know what you're just supposed to pull up specific things. Mm-hmm. Like at a time, you're only supposed to have like 3 things max that you're focusing on,
right.
which is hard to do because you always want everything fucking loud.
Well, no, we can definitely. I mean, I'm not opposed to. Dude, that's something like we could do. We should set up like a website with mixing services, and then we just have people send us their shit, and then we mix it, and then we just get really good.
That'd be awesome,
That would be sick, and then we make a little bit of money.
right?
'Cause,
Doing
like,
what I'd actually
What you actually got your degree for? Fuck yeah, dude. Because
Wow.
that way it's literally just mixing. It's not like
Right.
not like working with. It's not like recording with people,
How
which
much
I
is,
do want to
like,
do.
a
I do want to do
website,
eventually.
Can we just have like theshafts.com and we offer?
Do we want to have?
mixing,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Do we want to
services?
have? I don't know. It'd be kind of badass.
I mean, what would we call it? The Shafts Recording Ltd.
We don't. I mean, we could just have it be like a separate thing, but at the same time, I mean,
you're right. Don't we
I don't
want to
know.
associate ourselves with everything
I
we
should
do?
call Paul Kinghorn. He knows all things business.
Might as well give old Paul a call.
Because that would be a good question. Like, because there's definitely benefits to make like that would have to be a business.
It would.
I don't.
And we would be owners of the business.
Right, I don't know why. Like the thing,
Yeah,
like the
but your
perks and the
dad
benefits and shit.
does, So just
Right.
ask him. Have you talked to him
Let's
recently?
get him on the podcast.
That would actually be good because then we could both ask him questions and he would be recorded so we could just go back and see what he told us.
This is the business episode?
Right. Yeah. You just got to remember to give him a good old call, a ring. Because I feel like he would tell us useful information.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we could also probably look it up, but...
Yeah.
I just want to see how much it is to get a website.
I mean, Squarespace is pretty cheap. What is it, like, probably maybe like $20 a month, maybe? I guess
Do we have any discount codes?
Yeah, for every month, just like $15 off. But they also, like, Squarespace, there's a bunch of different shit you can use, obviously, but Squarespace has like a
nice.
built-in, like, sales thing, you know,
Do they?
that we could just be like, sell stuff on. And then, I don't know. You know what I'm thinking is, like, we really just need to put in more work with everything. Like, we're doing so many things, and it's, like, great. But, like, we're just doing, like, a little bit here and there of, like, little stuff. Like, there's stuff we just need to be doing, like, every day. Like staying updated, like, on social media, like Instagram, like, always doing stories, like, on the Shafts page of, like, what we're doing, like, doing, like, a post, like one a day, like, a post a day of, like, just, like, what we're doing, what we're working on, you know, that way, like, people could, like, see us and be like, oh, they're doing that. And then, you know, eventually, because I want to, at some point, like, start, like, a Patreon page, and then that way...
Like when we actually have viewers?
Yeah, when we have, like, a few people that would be willing to, like, you know, give $2 or something. I don't know what we would do, like, shout you out on the podcast, or, you know, write a song, like, sing a song about... Yeah, you can do different levels. Yeah. So maybe, like, we'll sing a song about you. We'll put all these tier people names in like, a jam in the next podcast. That'd be a good one. Or, like...
We just sing everyone's names.
And Samantha and Ryan and Debbie gave $25 in... And George and Rebecca and Laura gave $25. Thank you so much. Hope someone, that would be dope.
That'd be
Someone
good.
gives $25 somehow.
Right?
We were rolling in it.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, we
That's
just
what
got
it's all about.
No, dude, because it does feel like everything's culminating, you know? Like, we start playing some shows, then, like, that's actual people who are, you know, like,
actual
tangible human beings. Like, hey, listen to our podcast. If you liked what we did here, listen to our podcast. And then, like,
where we just
boom,
talk
boom, boom,
about
do that more shit. And then, like, we start a
random shit.
Patreon, you know, people are watching our thing, you know, more people watch YouTube, then, like, we'll have more people to, like, put on Patreon.
The more touring we do, the more we get our name out there, the more
Right.
we get people to get our Patreon.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, so we just gotta, dude. It's
just need a
it's all
website.
coming together. but then, kind of unrelated. That would be sweet to have, like, a mixing business on the side, because then, if that did well, we could just be like, all right, shit, we got some fucking money. I mean, I don't know how much work we'd have to be putting into that, but I mean, we could, like, schedule it.
That'd be sweet though if I could just make money doing that.
Right, and then we could also just offer other services. I mean, maybe we could even. Do, like, artist consultation, because that'd be really fun. Like, not that either of us have a whole lot of experience, but I feel like I, like, have an eye for, you know, what's good and,
Just read
and
enough
how
books,
to be
dude.
like, yeah, I'll just read enough books, but just, like, yeah, like,
Like,
because that sounds
like
really
giving
fun to me. That
advice.
sounds, yeah, just giving advice. Like, you know, I love telling people what to do, so it's
You do.
that sounds like up my alley of being like, try and guide people, because, like, where we're at, like, I want someone like that.
What would you say to me?
What would I say to you? Well,
Like if you
know,
were consulting,
it's funny.
me.
If you were paying me money, there's a lot of things I should already have said to you that I would say to you.
Oh, yeah.
Just like shit, like, you know, the necessary work needed to be put in, like, things to do to cultivate a sound, things to, like, do to cultivate a brand and a name for yourself, you know. And that's where definitely, like, you know, reading a bunch of books would come in.
Right.
But, you know, in terms of, like, marketing yourself as an artist, which is, you know, something we really need to work on, getting comfortable with.
We need to post more on
Which
social
is
media.
exactly,
too.
yeah. That's, like, the big thing.
I mean, we've been recording our sets just because we're trying to get a good one, you know, to post.
Post on,
Which, I mean, I feel like it'd be good to actually post it on our YouTube too, just like the whole, like, 20 minute.
Absolutely.
However long it would be.
yeah, for sure.
That'd be cool.
But yeah, I'm just, like, so not social media minded. Like,
No,
I'm total
I know.
guy. Like, don't give a fuck. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna post all day and all the time and stay relevant all the day
All the day.
long.
I mean, I mean, maybe that can be our thing. That whenever we do post, it's something that you'd want to see, and it's not like spammy.
Right.
But I mean,
and that would be dope. Like just like a video story. Like, hey Alex, what are we doing today? Like something stupid where people are like, oh, like there they are. Like
they're actually
in action, yeah. Or like or we do like an Instagram live of us just jamming. You know, or
that'd be sweet.
That would be dope.
Like just set up the phone and just go crazy. That'd be cool.
And then do a post. Do like if we're just like doing. Cause like how many people do you follow on Instagram? You go to their story and it's like 20 things every goddamn fucking day. And it's like if we just did like 2 or 3, like a picture of something, or we're just like being silly, a video or like goofing off or whatever, and then like or we like play a little like a riff like that we're working on or something, or we like pretending just like whatever we're doing, like recording a skit or doing a podcast.
Right, because we're always doing something. Every day we seem to be doing something.
Right.
So it would just be nice for people to see that, I guess.
What we still haven't made, which would help immensely, is a schedule.
I was supposed to say, does it have anything to do with not having a calendar yet?
We need the calendar. That's the pin in the whole operation. How did we not see it? We don't have a calendar. That's joke's dead.
I mean, I'm still laughing, but it is dead.
As long as you're still laughing, dude.
Oh my god!
Because
you're tuned in to Psychoactive.
Oh god damn it! That's not the one I wanted to play.
You're tuned in to Psychoactive.
It's just gonna play now.
Please stay on the line. A representative will be with you shortly.
We're not going to.
We're not because we're talking about it. I meant to.
That's what you wanted?
I should do that sarcastically at something silly you say. That's something else I need to work on, and I've definitely mentioned on the podcast numerous times, is just like, I should write, here, I'm going to write that down, dude.
What are you going to write down? What are you going to write down? To record a bunch of things to play?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what you need to do. That's true. That's one that we've talked about. I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast, but just an incredibly just not
dry, sarcastic.
The laugh, yeah. So that shit's so funny.
To work on. And then that way, when I'm just like so motivated in the morning to like work, like as I always am, I'm just like, just give me some like things to do.
Work.
I'll look at this list and I'll be like, boom. Wow. Find funny samples on the internet.
Find funny samples. You should get like some Always Sunny ones. That'd be funny. Suicide. Yeah,
because we need some good shit. Because we have this, but I always just like forget to use it, and it just goes the whole time completely unused. Here, let's brainstorm some right now. Like, so Always Sunny. Any other good ones? I was thinking like just like funny things, like funny phrases, like catchphrases, like
right.
You know. Oh
yeah, our posts have been removed because we weren't follow for older than 7 days, I guess. We are now. We're 9 days. That was 9 days ago.
What post?
I posted it on our videos.
Oh, because we weren't what?
We weren't. Our account wasn't older than 7 days. Now we're like 9 days old.
Oh, right. So now we can post. We're in there like swimwear.
So we're gonna put that sketch there, just to see what the fuck happens. What do you think's gonna happen? Nothing.
No. I mean, no. Just like people. Reddit is a great place. Like people will definitely watch it and comment on it and probably shit on it or say something
I would be
really mean or
happy
something.
for that.
Right.
Shit on it. Dude, say something about it.
Give us attention. We crave attention.
Give me some kind of feedback.
But yeah, we'll just have to. I'm sure there's a bunch of like different self promotion sort of. I mean, like our videos isn't like but like I'm sure there's some sort of like like funny video like sketch whatever skits or like I don't know. But also I didn't I didn't post about it on my Instagram or something, which is something I could do.
I just posted about it. All right, there we go.
On our videos?
Yeah.
Here it is.
Nothing will happen, but it's there. Watch it get like 25,000 upvotes.
Dude, like this is so funny. Yeah, we didn't really
it's more about our podcast than
we didn't really address the fact that that's going to go before this.
They would have already seen it.
Right.
But you're right. We didn't acknowledge it.
Right.
But yeah, we're 30 minutes in or something right now. Like 35.
I think we're probably like 45, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Should we talk about? I mean, it was a very well thought out video, don't you think?
It was we just need to work on just like the timing and the delivery of the lines, kind of, and like
we need to have some off-screen lines being given.
What do you mean?
Like where the camera's on you and I'm saying a line and you're giving a reaction. So it's like I'm still talking.
Right, yeah, because the reactions are kind of, yeah. But that's the thing is like, that's why I'm kind of like hesitant. Like I'm not like it's a bad video, but like it's our first one. Like it's not. It's gonna be the worst, you know. Like arguably,
we're just
so,
gonna
like,
go
I'm not like
there.
dying to be like, oh, everybody like go watch this,
right?
Because like we just like should make as many skits as possible. That way, like we got a lot of funny things that like people can be like, oh, this one, that one, you know.
Exactly.
It'd be great. Like the one, like the funny idea that I just came up with yesterday.
I mean, the next skit probably. Yeah,
we could do. I kind of want to do that dancing one because that one's just like a really easy one.
The dancing one, yeah. You'll know what we're talking about.
You're gonna look back and be like, oh, that was episode 10. That was the one where they talked about the.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about how it's episode 10.
It's episode 10, dude. Holy shit! How did we make it this far?
It's only 10.
It's only dude. It is only 10, but it's already 10.
It's not 10 hours, but yeah, you're right. It's already 10. How long have we been doing this for? Like a month?
February, I think. It feels like it was February.
February. We missed a few weeks there, but that was fine.
Yeah. Well, 10. So let's just say we've been doing it every like 1.5 weeks. 10, 15 week. Wait, what would that be? Right?
10 weeks.
Well, not 15. 15-ish weeks.
Yeah.
But 5 isn't 14
so
weeks.
Now, how many months would that be? That'd be like 4 months.
Yeah.
Was it that long?
Because it's June. It'll be June.
Damn, it is, isn't it? Wow.
Yeah. Just thinking back, I haven't even like watched, and I do need to like go back and watch so I can like critique our newest ones. But I haven't even like gone back. We should go back and look at the first one because like it looks vastly different.
I know.
Just in 10 episodes, like we've grown exponentially. Which is kind of funny because like
so much better since the beginning, dude.
Yeah.
Can you remember that? We had one mic between us.
We were sitting next to each other.
Yeah.
Sweet summer children.
Yeah, but we thought that was the best thing we could do at that moment. That was all we could do. That's all we could figure out. And we made it fucking work.
Well, yeah, exactly. The thing is, like, we did it. You know, like we could have been like, but
we
like,
can't start yet.
Oh, but yeah, we can't because we gotta get. But here we are, and like we did it, and so it just like grew exponentially.
Yeah.
It's funny because like
nice.
Any professional podcast, you'd have the funds to be like get somebody and do it, and then like the first 50 episodes still like look the same because it's not, maybe like the first couple are kind of
because it's expensive from the start.
Right, but it's cool to see us as like so instantly just like like dope, and then
hopefully they only get better too. You know what I'm saying?
They will only get better.
Once we get a camera,
dude. If they got worse, how would that even happen? I'd be like, all right,
there's no
more podcasts. It's like we could never think of things to say. Like,
right?
Oh, our equipment breaks. That's the only way it could get worse.
That would end it for us. Yeah,
because we're just getting better. Stop talking and shit.
Musicians, yeah.
Stop being and just give it up.
Let's give up the dream. You know, what do you tell people when they say what you want to do in like 5 years?
I mean,
how would you answer that?
I tell people, like
ideally.
Maybe
not. What would you want? What would you tell people? Like, what would you tell me? What do you want to do in 5 years?
I want to be making a living as a musician. Ideally, 5 years is like
I was about to say
pretty
5
soon.
Years, like really. Maybe not a living. I mean, that'd be nice. Ideally,
paying my bills.
Yeah.
And being able to eat off like. How much do I really need to do that? And that is a bunch, but if, I don't know. If we started some sort of like business on the side where we're making money, like that would be it for me, that's music related. Like if that was my job, not that I would want to have to do that all the time, but something like that, like in 5 years, because I mean, I guess I'm going to be 23, like 22 and a half. 5 years ago, I was 17. So if you ask me 5 years ago where I thought I would be now, and like I don't think I decided to pursue music. Well, no, I definitely hadn't because I was like in college. So I was like 19.
17?
No, I was like 19 is what I was saying. Was when I decided. But
what did you think you were going to be doing at 17?
what did I think I would be doing now at 17?
Like you were still in high school, right?
I didn't have a vision at all.
You didn't have like any idea? Like you didn't want to like go to college or do anything?
I knew I didn't want to. What would have been like a junior, senior?
Yeah, probably a senior.
Well, it would have been
or like a
no, it would have been a junior if I was 5 years ago. It would have been a junior.
Yeah,
graduate or getting done with junior year. I knew I hated school. Like definitely senior year, I knew like 4 years of just high school was really exhausting, and I hated every minute of it. And I knew I didn't want to go to college, but I did anyway because that's what you do, you know.
That's what you're told you should do.
And also like everyone, like it's just the fact that everyone's doing it. Like it's just what you do. Like your like parents expected of you. Even though like I could have, like had I not wanted to, my parents probably would have been like, okay, that's fine. But like in my mind, I'm just like, I mean, I'm not going to be fucking poor and work at McDonald's, so I'm going to go to college. That's just like what everyone thinks.
Just because you think there's like a direct path from college
it's
to
just like
employment.
All right, sweet. The land of jobs.
God.
But yeah, so like I didn't really have a vision. Like I had started playing, like I think I was 18 when I started teaching myself guitar. Teaching myself. I didn't just pull it out of the ether, you know, like look up online and stuff. But
I was 15.
Yeah, I didn't have like any vision for what I wanted to do.
I was just sucked up into like the high school world too, just kind of like focused on that, and I wasn't like really thinking about there's gonna be times where I'm not gonna have to be going to school. Right, I should be figuring out a way to make money, you know, during that time. Right,
and yeah, just in my what was I going to say? I forget.
Your vision at 17?
Yeah, I was going to say in my mind I thought something, but it left me. But just going back to in 5 years, let's keep talking about that. That was good. Well, let me just say this first. Like, so I just went to a summer camp music festival this weekend. It was super dope. It was a lot of fun. I worked on the ice crew, carrying ice, hauling ice from the ice trailers to different
people who need ice.
The bars that needed the ice.
Oh, it was just the bars?
Yeah, the different bars that were stationed by each of the stages. Nice. I wasn't like on call for ice wherever.
We need the ice boy.
No, yeah, just like so. I was around a bunch of people who were like musicians and stuff, and I also, you know, you're just like, it's a music festival, so I'm like watching people, and just like I'm thinking a lot about the fact that I want to be a musician. I want like music to make my living. It was such an emotional roller coaster for me of like, where I was like, oh man, like I'm in way over my head. Like it's going to be like forever before I can even make a fucking dime. Like, and here I am, like, you want to talk about like 5 years. Like when I decided to make music, I was like, all right, 2 years, I'm so talented. Like 1 year, 2 year tops, I'll be fucking, you know, hitting the stage, you know, doing some shit, you know, got music recorded, dude, I'll be there, you know? And, you know, motivation, like work focus is a thing, you know? So like, fast forward, like back this weekend where I'm thinking like even in like another, cause it's been like 4 years, like, it's like feeling so low where I'm like, man, like, cause I always expected, I'm like, you know, I was just going to work at the pizza shop till I hit it, you know, or like, you know, I'm just going to, you know, I'll just like save my money or whatever. It'll just happen. But also I read the first few pages today of, this book, How to Make It in the New Music Business, which I really have enjoyed so far. I barely cracked into it, but just like talking about all the things you need to do, like how it's like it's a slow, steady rise. It's not lucky breaks. It's not you know, things happening tomorrow, just making it. Yeah. So like in 5 years, like first of all, I need to just like find, like I hate working a job, obviously. So
If you heard C average,
if you've
you know
heard
that.
C average, you know I don't want to work a job. But and I'll say this real quick and I'll let you talk because I've been rambling. But I need to find something that I can do as long as it takes, you know? And like if that's like some sort of trade, if that's some sort of like thing that I can do. I don't know if right now I really want to work full time, but like if I want to start a family eventually, which I do, I can't be like working some part-time job and trying to do music on the side where I'm like making literally fucking pittance and I have no money to provide for my family. So like, there were like, one of the guys I was working with, like he was like a construction worker. Like one of the other guys, he like mowed lawns for the city and stuff like that. It got me thinking like I could fucking just do something like that where I'm making consistent like good money. It's not something that's going to get automated away in the next 10 to 15 years. And, you know, I can just work on music. Cause like I hate working so much that like I kind of just like think in my head like, oh, I'll just make it eventually and I won't have to work. But it's like, no, like, like we've got to start building a following so we get money eventually, hopefully. But I can't just bank on the fact that I'm going to make any money from music.
Right.
You know? So I guess in 5 years, we'll be doing this, hopefully. 5 years better, you know?
What episode would it be on? Like 300? 400?
For 10 episodes in like 4 months-ish. So like 30 episodes a year, 120 episodes in like 4 years. But we could also do them more often. Like I think, didn't we talk about we could just do them more often?
Yeah.
Because like, you know.
It's not really once a week. It's kind of twice a week is what we were trying to do. But
Yeah, once we have a schedule, we should just be like Tuesday, Thursday, or whatever.
upload Wednesday, Friday.
Where do you want to be in 5 years?
That question always gets me. I don't want to be working either. And I know it sounds cliche, and saying it sounds cliche is cliche, and saying it sounds cliche is cliche. It's just like, I just want to be touring, dude. That's where the money is, and like selling merch,
touring, getting our name out there.
Yeah, promoting the release of our album. Dude, I know how to do all that. This book is gonna tell you how to fucking do it. I should have taken notes instead of just in a high days reading it to pass a test.
We can like I'll take notes, but like just read it again, you know?
Yeah, like, but I've been watching like just inspirational videos recently. I forget what the guy's name. It's like Gary V.
Yeah, Gary Vaynerchuk.
Yeah, I don't know what he does. I know he like he's like started an online investor. Something, wine business or something. But like he's all about just staying positive and sticking with it because nothing comes like fast. And that's really hard for me to understand because I want things fucking now. But I also know that we have a good product, you know? And we know how to brand ourselves,
and the fact that we're like diversifying
the
things we're doing.
We just need to get our names out there, and people will flock.
Right, exactly. Yeah, because like this podcast, like just the fact like having a podcast is just like a doorway to our souls and like who we are as people. You know,
that's why you watch them, right?
Right. When you listen to someone's music, you're like, oh, this is dope, and like it's somewhat of like, you know, music obviously is like that soul connection, but it's not the same as like knowing exactly how the person thinks and operates.
Getting to hear them just talk.
We have both sides, right? Yeah. Related to what you just said.
Yeah.
In the book I wrote down there was a quote from Zig Ziglar, which sounds familiar. I don't know who that is. But it says, the chief cause of failure and unhappiness is trading what you want most for what you want right now. Like, that's so true. Like,
damn. Yeah.
It's so easy to, like, just play a video game, like, whatever, you know, like, not do anything, like, not work on something a day.
Yeah.
Where you're just trading that valuable time you could spend getting better. Just doing something that doesn't do anything for you, you know?
It's giving you nothing. Yeah. God. That's why I like playing our sets over and over again. Because it's like, once you do it, it's like, oh, it's 2 hours.
And you just know that, like, once we've got it down, like, that's it'll
just sound better and better every time we play it.
Right. And that's, like, set ready. Like, we can just, like, start playing some fucking performances.
Yeah. Which is the best part, really.
Right. Dude, just, like, being at summer camp this weekend, like, I really want to, like, I feel like 5 years is not unrealistic for us to play music festivals, and I just want to be like,
no, but that sounds so wicked.
I know, dude.
My
I want
God.
to just be able to be like, walk around, you know, like artist wristband, just like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm playing a set here, dude, and I just get to be here for free,
Cheesing.
just chilling,
Yeah, right. Exactly,
eating
dude.
dope fucking festival food, buying a bunch of dope art, spending like,
Just being catered to. God.
yeah, artist
the ideal.
background, fucking whatever.
That's why, I mean, people say passive income is bullshit, but I mean, if you're an artist, that's basically all that you have because you're not constantly making things, but you have like this one set of shit that's like really awesome and has been like funding your way to your next set of nice shit.
Right.
So,
Well, that's why touring would be dope. Is like we've got the
Right.
passive income, but then also like let's do a tour and make some fucking money.
Exactly, dude.
Rick it in, dude.
God. I can't wait till that's our job. Fuck. I'm sick of worrying about money, and I just want to focus on just the music. I don't want to just be like, oh, what can I write a song about? What do I know? Oh, I'm in desperate need for money. Oh, okay,
Well, I'm
I
just
can write
also-
about that. Well, it's like, no. I don't,
Yeah.
I don't want that to be the center of focus.
I'm just like always worried. They always say like money makes you complacent, you know? Like, and I'm really curious like what it'll be like, what it will be like when we've got fucking bags and, you know,
I'm just gonna save it,
We're
dude.
comfortable because definitely
Right.
part of bourbon.
Dude, we're going to live like Dave Chappelle. We're not going to have anything fancy. We're going to have so much money in the
Dude,
bank.
I don't want to have anything famous. I don't want to
know.
like be
It's gonna be
super
great.
famous. Like even if, I mean, not that like we would lead,
We don't even need to be
not that our goal,
famous,
right? Not that
like-
our goal is to reach like a level of fame. But yeah, I don't want to like
make
have
enough
nice
money.
houses, big car, like fucking, you know, like balling out, like crazy fucking, just like dripping in swag,
Right.
you know.
I just want to pay off my student loan.
Lord, please.
Need that $30,000 to be dwindled to nothing, please. That's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking about. I'm thinking about the not having stress.
No, yeah, but wait, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say, no,
Making
yeah,
bags.
when we get like, yeah, like because part of my desire to become a musician is like, I guess I don't know if it's like money, but like the fact that I don't have money feeds into sort of my ability to channel into music. You know, like not having much. You know. I wonder, like, will we become complacent? Like, will that, like, motivation, will that desire in me sort of be, like, quenched when I have a bunch of money? I don't have to worry about money anymore?
It'll just be a different worry.
Right.
But I feel like money is like a pretty big one in our society. But if you take that away, I feel like the worries that you would have would be so inconsequential that you would just be able to deal with it. And, you know,
Right.
having
well,
money
it also doesn't.
literally decreases your stress, I feel like.
No,
right?
it does. Well, yeah, it
Like,
does. Yeah,
because
for
you
sure.
just aren't,
That's the
like
way our
other people
society's
are
built.
worried about shit that you aren't, you know? God. Money, dude. Fuck money.
Ain't it a trip?
I hate it. Ugh.
No, yeah, but it definitely will. Like we don't. There'll be other worries to you know, to write about and stuff that'll be like relatable, but also like our music doesn't always have to be like about the bad things, you know, and like a lot of music is, you know, like heartbreak or, you know, troubles or whatever, you know, like depression and stuff like that, but we can make like happy music or like uplifting or like spiritual music that's like helps people sort of,
Boy,
you
girl?
know.
I mean, oh, sorry, I just cleared my throat there.
Oh, I thought you said something, but I guess you didn't.
No. Watch this kid.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, like you always hear like comedians like say that they're worried about like healing themselves like spiritually and mentally because they worry they'll like not be funny anymore. Like I feel like that's just like that's just like not a misconception. That's like it's just like an unfounded worry. Like that would only make you more of like who you really are, and like you are a funny person, so I feel like you'd just be funnier, but just like in a
Yeah,
different
more so,
way.
yeah.
So like in the same thing with like music, you know, I guess people say the same thing about music. Exactly. Like people are like, oh, like his stuff isn't good since he got like happy. Like, oh, his stuff isn't good anymore since he stopped drinking, or like stuff like that. It's like, fuck them. But at the same
Right.
time, it
People are allowed
can
to
be better.
change
It's
their
just
sound,
different. Yeah.
You know, yeah. I mean, you don't always have to like what someone's going to put out. You can like this album by them and like think this other one's not good. No one's telling you can't fucking have an opinion on things.
Yeah, I want to shit so hard on fans if they ever say that shit. I'll be like, all right, then go find some other music that sounds like what we used to what we used to sound like.
Right.
That's on you. Like,
Well, that's why we have boy girl, so we won't have people saying that. It's like, oh, this just a different band.
well, even just, I mean,
it'll be a completely
we could
different
change
sound.
the band inside of it. We could change the sound inside of the same project,
Right.
But I guess if we could just have different bands, but
That was just our original idea.
that would
Just
be.
amusing.
I mean, that would be difficult to have different bands if they like both got popular, and you just like
That'd be
give
pretty
up,
dope, 'cause
give
what
up
if-
on one or something.
You wouldn't
Well,
give up on one. You just put
I'm
less
thinking
time
if you
in
had
one.
like six.
6 bands, that's too many. You can have 2.
So yeah,
two
is,
really
two is
good
not
bands.
too many. Yeah, there's a lot of people in a bunch of different bands.
Yeah.
This is
Plus, if we tour together, it's just like 2 names on a poster. It's like, oh shit, the Shafts and the touring together.
we open and are the headliner. Wait, we just like put on different disguises.
Yeah. We'll just wear masks.
Dude, yeah, we could. That would be hilarious. They would never know.
No, they would never know.
Oh my god.
All right. We're reaching the end of the podcast here. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Boy, girl, use masks. Is there anything that I want to talk about?
I mean, we've talked about
I was going to say, I was going to apologize for the squeaking of this thing. This squeaking. You get some
Yeah,
dub
why is it
D.
doing that?
Some dub D40 in there. It's also, oops, knocked
Heard
you.
that.
It also kind of, I guess it doesn't really squeak this. Yeah, it's just like
This, yeah.
this way.
It's not
Maybe
a
if I
pleasant
have
sound. It's
it
pretty
up
bad.
higher. And kind of just.
No.
No, so fixed it.
Well, there it goes.
I had it up and then kind of just
Oh, was it just down
tightened
too
it.
far?
Yeah, it was down all the way. I think like this part
Oh.
was squeaking against the edge.
Oh, wow.
Problem solved.
Not gonna re-record the podcast.
Yeah, it was squeaking, dude. We got to re-record it.
Nope. Done. Keeping it.
All right. Well, I think we can end without a jam because
Yeah.
I'm thinking is we'll have
play
the
it again.
theme song
Yeah.
and we'll play that at the end and we'll have an outro, links to shit. Fuck yeah, baby.
So we can just
well,
end it wherever. Or?
Thanks for spending this time with me. It's
Good,
great to talk to you
yeah,
as
always
always
nice.
and meld minds and get psychoactive.
Psychoactive! 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 Yeah, 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 psychoactive!